A negative Widal test should also be interpreted carefully. During the first few days of typhoid fever, the body's immune system may not yet have produced enough antibodies to be detected by the test. As a result, the laboratory report may appear negative even though an infection is developing. If your doctor strongly suspects typhoid fever based on your symptoms and clinical examination, they may recommend repeating the Widal test after several days or performing more specific diagnostic tests such as a blood culture. The Widal test evaluates antibodies against different antigens of Salmonella typhi and sometimes Salmonella perityphi. Laboratory reports usually include results for O antibodies and H antibodies. O antibodies are often associated with a more recent immune response, while H antibodies may remain elevated for a longer period. However, interpreting these values requires professional medical judgment because antibody levels vary depending on local disease prevalence, vaccination history, and background immunity within a community. For this reason, a result that is considered significant in one country may not have the same interpretation in another region. Healthcare providers often pay attention to changes in antibody levels over time rather than relying on a single measurement. In some cases, two blood samples collected several days apart may provide more meaningful information. A rising antibody level between the two tests may support the diagnosis when combined with compatible symptoms and other laboratory findings. Today, many hospitals consider blood culture one of the most reliable methods for diagnosing typhoid fever, especially during the early stage of illness. Unlike the Widal test, blood culture attempts to identify the actual bacteria responsible for the infection. When bacteria grow in the laboratory culture, doctors can confirm the diagnosis and may also perform antibiotic susceptibility testing to determine which medications are likely to be most effective. Depending on the patient's condition, healthcare providers may also request a complete blood count, CBC, C-reactive protein, CRP, liver function tests, stool culture, urine culture, or additional investigations to build a more complete understanding of the illness. Although the Widal test has limitations, it continues to play an important role in many healthcare settings where advanced laboratory facilities are not readily available. It is relatively inexpensive, widely accessible, and easy to perform. When interpreted by experienced healthcare professionals alongside clinical findings and other investigations, it can provide useful supporting information that contributes to patient care. Preventing typhoid fever remains one of the most effective strategies for protecting public health. The infection spreads primarily through contaminated food and water, making proper hygiene extremely important. Washing hands thoroughly with soap before eating and after using the restroom, drinking safe and treated water, eating freshly prepared meals, avoiding unsafe street food in high-risk areas, washing fruits and vegetables carefully, and maintaining good sanitation practices all help reduce the risk of infection. In countries or regions where typhoid fever is common, or for travelers visiting high-risk destinations, healthcare providers may recommend typhoid vaccination as an additional preventive measure. If you experience persistent fever lasting more than a few days, severe weakness, abdominal discomfort, loss of appetite, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, or any other concerning symptoms, seek medical attention promptly. Early diagnosis allows appropriate treatment to begin sooner, helping reduce complications and improving recovery. Delaying professional medical evaluation may increase the risk of more serious illness. Modern laboratory medicine continues to advance rapidly. New diagnostic technologies, including molecular testing and improved microbiological methods, are helping doctors identify infectious diseases with greater accuracy and speed. While the Widal test still has value in selected clinical settings, it is most effective when combined with careful clinical assessment, laboratory expertise, and evidence-based medical decision-making. Understanding both the strengths and limitations of the Widal test allows patients to interpret laboratory reports more realistically and avoid unnecessary anxiety. If your test result is positive, negative, or difficult to understand, discuss it with your healthcare provider instead of attempting self-diagnosis through online information alone. Every patient's medical situation is unique, and only a qualified healthcare professional can interpret laboratory findings within the context of your overall health. Thank you for watching this educational video. If you found this information useful, consider sharing it with your friends and family to promote awareness about typhoid fever, laboratory testing, safe hygiene practices, and preventive healthcare. Remember, this content is provided for educational purposes only. It should never replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider regarding your symptoms.
Have you ever wondered how doctors investigate suspected typhoid fever when a patient has persistent fever, weakness, stomach discomfort, or digestive symptoms? One of the oldest laboratory tests used in the evaluation of typhoid fever is the Widal test. Although modern diagnostic methods are now available, the Widal test is still performed in many hospitals, clinics, and diagnostic laboratories, particularly in regions where typhoid fever remains common. Understanding how this test works can help patients better understand their laboratory reports and why healthcare professionals may recommend additional testing. The Widal test is a blood test that helps detect antibodies produced by the body's immune system against certain antigens of Salmonella typhi, the bacterium responsible for typhoid fever, and in some cases Salmonella paratyphi, which causes paratyphoid fever. Instead of detecting the bacteria directly, the test measures the body's immune response after exposure to these organisms. Typhoid fever is a bacterial infection that usually spreads through contaminated food or drinking water. Poor sanitation, inadequate hand hygiene, and unsafe food preparation can increase the risk of infection. The disease remains a significant public health concern in many developing countries, making early diagnosis and proper medical treatment extremely important. Doctors may recommend a Widal test when a patient has symptoms that are consistent with typhoid fever. These symptoms may include prolonged fever, headache, weakness, fatigue, loss of appetite, abdominal pain, constipation or diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and general body discomfort. However, these symptoms are not unique to typhoid fever and may occur in many other infectious diseases. For this reason, the Widal test is usually interpreted together with the patient's symptoms, physical examination, and other laboratory investigations. The test itself is simple and requires only a small blood sample collected from a vein, usually in the arm. The sample is sent to a laboratory where technicians analyze it to determine whether antibodies against specific Salmonella antigens are present. The entire blood collection procedure usually takes only a few minutes, and most patients can return to their normal activities immediately afterward. One important point to understand is that antibodies do not appear immediately after infection. During the early stage of typhoid fever, the immune system may not have produced enough antibodies to be detected by the Widal test. Because of this, a negative result does not always completely rule out infection, especially if the test is performed very early in the illness. Likewise, a positive Widal test does not automatically confirm typhoid fever. Previous vaccination, earlier infections, cross-reacting bacteria, or background antibody levels in certain communities may influence the results. This is why healthcare providers carefully evaluate the patient's medical history, symptoms, travel history, and additional laboratory findings before making a diagnosis. The laboratory report often includes measurements for O-antigen antibodies and H-antigen antibodies. These values help healthcare professionals interpret the immune response, but the significance of each result depends on local laboratory reference ranges, regional disease prevalence, and the patient's clinical condition. Comparing antibody levels from two blood samples collected several days apart may sometimes provide more useful information than a single test result. Today, many hospitals also use additional diagnostic methods alongside the Widal test. Blood culture is considered one of the most reliable methods for detecting Salmonella typhi, especially during the early stages of infection. Other laboratory tests, including complete blood count, CBC, C-reactive protein, CRP, liver function tests, and molecular diagnostic techniques may also assist healthcare providers depending on the patient's condition and available medical facilities. Early medical evaluation is extremely important because untreated typhoid fever can lead to serious complications affecting the intestines, bloodstream, and other organs. Prompt diagnosis allows doctors to begin appropriate antibiotic therapy, provide supportive care, and monitor the patient's recovery while helping reduce the risk of complications. In Part 2, we will discuss how to interpret Widal test results, possible causes of false positive and false negative findings, the advantages and limitations of the test, common myths, prevention of typhoid fever, and practical information every patient should know. This educational video is intended for informational purposes only and should never replace professional medical advice, diagnosis,